Hey everybody, we're out to do another riding video. Things are going to be a little bit different today. The airflow issue I'm having with the Himalayan has got me just giving up on trying to record live audio of me speaking while I'm riding. And instead what I'm going to try to do is something a little bit different. I'm going to do a voiceover of what you're seeing and everything. And I'll try to use the microphones to record more engine noises, so we get more motorcycle noises to give us a soundtrack for that voiceover. Now we're actually standing at the spot where we started and stopped the last riding video where we did the big Blue Ridge loop. And I came up here for a reason, and that's because you guys see this view out here a lot. I come up here, I use that as a background, and then I end up going riding over that way. So you guys aren't seeing where I'm going. That's west. You guys are looking west all the time, but I end up riding to the east of where we're standing. But today we're going to mix things up. We are going to go west. It's a bit hazy. I was kind of hoping for a clear day so you guys could see this, but there's one mountain over there that sticks up more than the rest. That's called House Mountain. And I'll put in some pictures or something so you guys can see it. And we are going to go over in that area and see what we can find. I've done a little bit of riding over there, not much, because that mountain is about 40 miles away. It looks like it's just right over there, but it's not. It's way the hell out there. So we're going to go over there and see what we can find. I know a couple of spots, but a lot of it's going to be unknown. I'll put up a map like I did before so you guys can see where I'm going. The kind of magenta, purple, light purple colored line, that's what we're going to be riding on mainly. There's a blue and a green line, and those are off-road that I don't know about. So we got to go over there and check those out. I don't know if it's private property, if it's gated off, don't know. There's a dark purple line that would actually make a bigger loop, but it's more farmland and open area, and I'm going to try to go up between a couple of mountains and get some twisties and things like that. So let's get underway and see what we can see over there. A short blast down the mountain leads us over to the next town, which is our starting point. I decided to avoid the 4-lane highway and take a more scenic route. Once I reached the north end of Lexington, Virginia, I turned west on Route 39, and we're going to travel that 19 miles to the Goshen area. And this road is one of the destinations for bikers in the area. And it starts off fairly open and twisty, and you get some decent views, but the closer we get to Goshen, the more wooded it's going to become. Here we start to get our first look of the Maury River passing through Goshen Pass. And this area, depending on the snowfall in the wintertime, becomes a raging Class 5 rapids in the spring. And it's an attraction for kayakers and whitewater rafters. Well, this is kind of the main stopping area. Once you get to Goshen Pass, we're going to walk down check it all out. This is kind of like a picnic area, and there's a little monument over there saying who the river is named after and things like that. Let's go down there and take a look. As you're leaving the Goshen Pass area, the water comes right up to the road and gives you some nice views of the water and the rapids and things like that on your way out. Well, just north of the intersection where I'm going to turn south, there's a town called Goshen, and I've come up here and found a gas station so I can get a cold one. Take a little bit of break in the shade here. The two off-road trails that I had marked, I found those. One of them is gated off. It's part of a wilderness area. And the other one is private property. So you can't do either one of them. So we're going to continue on the magenta line and head on down south. The road traveling south from Goshen is pretty straightforward. It's pretty straight-ish, 55-mile-an-hour road. And you really don't see anything until you get to the highway. Once you get to the highway, turn like you're going to go onto the highway, but don't go on. Go underneath it, and you'll see a gravel road at the far end of this road, and that's where we want to go. This is called Scenic Drive. And despite its name, it's actually not very scenic, except in the wintertime when you can see through the trees. You really don't get much views going up the mountain, but once you get to the top, you're kind of running along a ridge line, and you can see off both sides of the mountain from there. Well, we have made it up Scenic Drive. It's not very scenic at the moment. Because in the summertime, trees are all leafy, and you can't see the forest because all the trees are right in the way. There's a trail back that way, if you can see it, by the bike. And I thought that led out to an overlook, but there is one over there, but it's all overgrown. And I haven't been up here in 6 or 7 years, so I don't know if things have changed or if there's another spot, down the road that we need to hit. But we're going to walk over this way a little bit and take a peek out over the valley. Because there is another trail that leads to a cliff right here. And here's the edge of the cliff. And there is the valley. Got a lot of bugs flying in front of the camera. If you can see the mountains way off in the distance over there, that's the Blue Ridge Parkway. That's where we started this ride. This valley here, we're going to go up this valley between the two mountains. That's House Mountain. That's the one we looked at from way over that way. And there's another road. You see Lake Robertson down there? We're going to go by that. And there's another road that goes off around the mountains that way back to Lexington. But we're going to go up this valley right here. So I've never been this way, so we'll find out what's out there and what's not. Wish it wasn't so hazy. Wish it was a nice clear day so you could see everything. So that is the view from the top of, I have no idea what this mountain's called. I just know that road's called Scenic Drive. And that's House Mountain over there. That's all I know about it. I'll annotate in what mountain we're on when I get out of here. So I'm going to take a quick break and we'll fire the bike back up. We'll go down and see if there's another overlook. And then we got to head down a twisty gravel road. I'm pretty sure it's gravel. To get to the bottom down by that Lake Robertson. And that's where we'll make our next turn. It's there. interestingly enough, the views are better on the way down than they were on the way up. The road traveling down is a little more rocky, but it's doable. Well, we are at Lake Robertson. This is the lake we saw from way up on the mountains. I filmed coming in here, but once I got here, the GoPro was locked up, so I don't know how much footage I got of the campground and everything, so we'll film on the way out. I've got a goose sneaking up on me here somewhere. So I'm just drinking a cold drink. I got that from my camper up there. They hooked me up. Getting a little bit of breeze. I'll hang out here for a few minutes and we'll get back underway. After leaving Lake Robertson, you're rewarded with a twisty ride through the valley, and you can see the mountains on both sides in places. But it's mostly communities, and it's a paved road the whole way. Now at this intersection we want to turn right onto Midland Trail, and this is going to be the fastest part of the ride. It's a 55-mile-an-hour road once again, but with heavier traffic this time. And we want to take this about 3 miles, and then we're going to turn off on a side road that's kind of local knowledge here. Taking this turn here onto Big Spring Road takes us back to Lexington, but we're doing it the back way. The road we were on would take you to Lexington as well, but this way is a little more twistier, a little cooler, and you follow what's called Kerr's Creek, which eventually dumps into the Maury River, and you follow the Maury River back to Lexington. Now I was going to end the ride once we got back to this point, but I decided to show you one more thing. We're going to go through downtown Lexington. So hang on a second. Now this downtown area is pretty historic, and they try to keep it looking that way. You'll notice no overhead power lines or street lights, anything like that. Everything's on posts. And movie producers noticed that and came here and shot the outdoor section, some of the outdoor shots for the movie Summersby here. And they covered the street with dirt and filmed everything at that point. And we'll go right down through the heart of where this clip from the movie that I just showed you took place. hopefully this video turns out to be enjoyable to watch. Like I said, it's a little bit different setup. I'm trying something different with the audio. But I'm going to pull over here and get me something to drink and take a break, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.